on-demand services have been around for a while in various forms, but it was really when iPlayer was launched at the end of last year and then took off with such adoption rates that there became a massive call from a lot of service providers to say, well, the iPlayer service is putting a great strain on our network, and they're making all this money from having this service, and we're seeing none of it, but we're carrying all the load. And there was lots of consternation around that, and how do the content providers and the service providers try and sort of marry up this difference of opinion?
Well, in Virgin Media, our parent company, we've been providing video on demand for a few years now and have very much witnessed that explosion. And in fact, for business users, we have ridden on the back of that. We had to deploy an enormous amount of equipment into our network to be able to carry the video on demand stream, which even on television is a live IP stream straight to the set-top box. Mm-hmm. We've used that same deployment of technology for consumer video on demand to deliver our IP VPN services to business customers. So fortunately, we've been in the position of getting a bit of a free ride in that respect to the benefit of our business customers. But it's a real challenge for the industry, because what we're seeing is that networks that have got both consumer and business customers on them are experiencing real peaks in demand during the business day. If you look at the profile of traffic across the day, the low point is at night time, around 3 AM in the evening, when it's not that low because there's a lot of peer-to-peer going on at that time of day. And it rises steadily in almost straight line to about 7 PM at night. So at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, networks that have both business and consumer customers on them have got to be able to handle what is a bow wave of consumer demand. And that has been a real challenge for the industry.
And how's this going to be shaping up over the years to come? How are people going to continue to push this? Because the demand is going to continue to increase as we, that much seems inevitable. How do people like yourselves then try and deal with this?
Well, in the UK, the access network and the BT copper, over which the DSL-based services are provided, acts as a natural brake on demand, which is very difficult to release. Across the core networks, it's a different matter. Other operators are able to add electronics and rapidly increase capacity. But the throttle on it all is in the access network. And that is where physics is against us, and it's a very tough one. The distance you are from a BT exchange plays or the quality of the copper between your premise and the BT exchange plays a very significant part in dictating how much bandwidth you actually get. And our next generation access network is obviously completely separate from all that, and delivers fibre straight to the business premises and allows us to scale very easily. But it is a big challenge for the UK telecoms industry.
In terms of another usage of this sort of Telecom 2.0, video conferencing kind of has been, for the last few years, the technology that never kind of really was. Are you guys seeing increasing demand for it, or is it still just something that businesses keep saying, well, it would be great for green reasons and saving money and time traveling, but never really adopting?
Well, I agree with you on your description of video conferencing, and I often walk into a meeting room in an office, either in our business or in a customer's business, and you see a dusty video conferencing terminal sitting in the corner. I recently have been using high-definition video conferencing, which is a totally different proposition altogether. And I think that as the bandwidth becomes available and the cost of those teleconferencing units drops, you'll start to see that technology being adopted more widely. The services I've used are as good as a real meeting. I mean, the only thing you couldn't do was shake hands, and that's a long way from the video conferencing that we're talking about.
Absolutely.